Okay, hi parents, this is Miss G and welcome back from spring break. So I'm just going to do a quick tutorial on how the kids are going to be learning online for the rest of the school year. I know I gave you guys a printout schedule and I still want to stick to that schedule, so you guys can still do the ABC Math, the ABC Mouse, the Epic Reading, and the Splash Learn. You can keep that schedule, but as far as the worksheets and physically pen and paper, we're going to kind of go away from that. The only thing I want the kids to be writing is, our words of the month, which we have new ones that I present in morning calendar. And if on my calendar on my webpage says to practice writing a certain letter, so it may be practice writing the letter E or the letter F. So that's the only time I really want the kids to be writing. And of course, if you wanted them to do any occupational therapy activities, of course, you know, by all means, allow them to. But as far as what I'm requiring, I'm not going to require more than that because I know it's just, there's going to be no way for me to effectively teach by just looking at that. So what you're going to do is they're going to log into our adaptive curriculum that we use at school. They know it, so it's not anything new to them. It's just going to be new for them to log on. So to log on, you're going to go to www.n2y.com. And you can only do this on computer or a tablet, like an iPad or a I know there's another tablet out there, Samsung or whatever. Phones, it does not really work as well, and plus it's really small, and the kids don't really get a lot out of that. So when you go to N2Y, you're going to go to sign in. You may come to that page, or you may directly come to this page. When you go here, you're going to sign in as your student. And I already have sample kid put in here, but just for everyone to know, everyone's password is the same. Your usernames are going to be different, but your password is G class. Lowercase, one word, no spaces, no special characters, no numbers. G class. So I have sample kid and I already have G class put in here. And your username may be, your kid's first name and their last name. It's something simple, and I will send that to you. So you're going to go to login. And when you log in, I have my fake student here. It says welcome and then the student's name. And it has the homework that I want your kid to do. You are able, you can guide them if they need help, especially with staying on task. But as far as doing the work for them, please do not, because it does not matter if they get them all wrong. I don't expect them to get them all right now. It really helps me see where they're like what's working and what's not working. It's not that, please don't try to help them to the point where you're doing it for them. Help them to a point where, they can still do enough by themselves. So on here, these are just two sample activities I have. You're going to do it in numerical order. So there's a book, which is like the story you read last month, and then there's an activity about the book. So first, your child's going to read the book. You're going to click on it. Give it a second. And sometimes the pages go a little slow. You see the little man running. Give it a second. And it comes to this. So this site will read every single thing to your student. You do not have to read it. The voice is kind of boring, but it does give them some independence so that you don't have to hover over them. It reads it to them. So all they have to do is click the beginning of the sentence, and it'll read it to them. And they can keep keep clicking it if they need to rehear it. Once they're done with each page, they just press the next button, and then they're going to press the beginning of the sentence.
Kale wants to buy a new basketball. It costs money. Kale needs to earn money.
So it as you can see, it highlighted every word as it read to me, and it shows everything in color. It's nice and big. Looks just like what we had in paper form, but here you have it, straight at home. And it's probably even more fun for them to read it like this. Next page, it's going to do the same thing. You just press whatever you want the computer to read to you. So you just press it. Kale can work to earn money. Kale dries dishes. Kale
Kale
rakes
rakes
leaves.
leaves.
And there you go. So they're going to read, the story all the way through. This here go. You really don't have to worry about any of these other buttons besides back and front. And that's it. Go is just if you wanted to go all the way back to the beginning of the story. So once you're done with this, once they're done with the activity, all they have to do is press this little N2Y symbol up here, and they can go right back home. And then they can go to activity 2. Activity 2 is going to be a comprehension activity based off of the story they just read. So this here, it says,
Kale
Kale
can work to earn money.
How does he earn money? So the kids are gonna have to pick 2 ways that he worked to earn money, and you just click in there, and a little pop up picture will come, and they can just match. So if they think that he raked leaves, if it's green, it's right.
Rake leaves.
Or they can say, he dusts the table. And if it's wrong, it's going to be in red. Like I said, it's fine. If that is what they think, let them think that, and let them, submit it like this, because it gives me something to base where they're starting at. If they're just getting it all right, I don't know if they're actually getting it right because they know it, or if it's because, they have someone there helping them. So if they got them both wrong, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. As we move further into the story and into the month, we'll start talking about different techniques on how to comprehend new stories and stuff like that. So, like I said, let them do their activities. Next is Michelle. Michelle can work to earn money. How does she earn money? And once again, all they got to do is click right in the box. The picture pop-up will happen. They can pick whatever one.
Wash dishes.
Like I said, if it's right, it's going to be green. If it's wrong, it's going to be red, and it's perfectly fine if they pick something wrong.
Fold clothes.
And once they're done, they just keep going. And it's going to go to Carla. Then it's going to go to Ned. And once they are done with everything, once they're done with reading, you can go home.
There's more. Keep working. Keep working.
You can say I am done for right now because I'm going to be finished. But if they are not done, that means they need to keep working. But
I am done.
This is a good way for you guys to know, are they done or are they not? Obviously, I'm not done, so this popped up.
I am done.
Excuse me. Okay, so once you go back here, there are going to be reading activities and there's going to be math activities. Please don't have them do it all at once. Do reading in the morning like we have on the schedule, and then do math in the afternoon. Don't do it all at once. It's very overwhelming. So once they're done, you can either, minimize it and, have them do something else, or you can exit and come back to it. But that is the platform we'll be using. So let me know if you guys have any questions. It's pretty straightforward. I can see everything that the kids are doing. So if I log into mine, I can get a report on every child. I can get a report on every child and see, and see where they're at, see what they're doing, if they're staying on track, how long they've stayed on, what time they got on to work on it. So I will be seeing all of that, and I will be printing out reports to keep in my files, because that's going to, be an important factor for me to see if they really were learning or if they're just kind of breezing through it and just not caring. So please let me know. My internet's kind of slow, but please let me know if you have any questions. I'm definitely here for whatever. So of course this will happen, but let me know if you have any questions.